Hey guys, Ryan Earnhardt here from CreativeSoundLab.tv. Today we're checking out the Earthworks Icon Pro. I want to kind of put this mic through its paces a little bit and also compare it to the SM7B. Okay, so, right off the bat, this mic, it's 30 dB more in gain than the SM7B. So that means that your noise, your hiss, is going to be that much lower. So with the SM7B, you're having to really gain up the mic a lot. And when you do that, that just means more hiss from the preamp and such. And then when you use the foam, right, now you're maybe having to add some EQ, which to get that clarity back, and then all of a sudden you're just bringing up that hiss even more. So it just adds to the problem. There is some sensitivity with plosives and things, and I'm not a trained voiceover artist or anything, so I'm blowing in the mic and stuff. So it is very sensitive. Honestly, I'd probably just slip this foam over it just to make sure that I didn't accidentally blow in the mic. If you're the type that can, speak, from the side, that might work out quite well. I could give that a shot here. And what's really nice is the Triad Orbits elbow thing here. It's a dream. Look at that. It just stays in place. It just stays in place. So here it is to the side here, and yeah, it sounds actually really nice. Definitely a little darker, but again, if this were like the standard, check, yeah, if this were kind of the starting out point, nobody would know the difference. Nobody know anything better. So it is a little bit clearer, obviously, right on, right? But then you have the issue of accidentally blowing into the mic or whatever. Off to the side here, a lot of voiceover artists will kind of use this trick, I guess. But yeah, this actually sounds really nice. And the cool thing about this mic is that you can actually see the camera, right? Like my whole face can have the view of the camera. SM7B, RE20, those are big mics that are kind of right in your face. So that is one big difference. But I'd say the biggest difference is going to be the noise floor. Seriously, there's just no way around it. Unless you were to use like a booster amp like we've talked about here, like the Soyuz launcher or Cloud Lifter, things like that. But the least amount of gear you can use to get a good sound, the better. So, here we just have a mic, a preamp, and that's it. So, a little bit of prevention. Check 1, 2, check 1, hey, check 1, 2, hey. So, a little bit of prevention for the plosives, and we got it, It's like gold. That's a great sound. Nice and solid. So, yeah, a pop filter would be great. If you're trained, you can use it without the pop filter. CH sounds, I've noticed it kind of goes breathing sounds, CH sounds, it can go into the mic easily. So, just in my testing, I've noticed that it can be a little tricky to get it just right if you're not using a pop screen or a piece of foam or something. But yeah, for most of us out there, we have a lot of these mics. We have, a foam laying around, a pop filter, and yeah, we'll just put one in front of the mic. So yeah, it's definitely sounding good. So here it is without the pop filter, and we can see that it's a pretty solid. It's really well built, right? The build quality is really nice. And, the machining on these mics is just so nice. It's just, there's even a texture that's actually in this metal. Okay, it's not just like a straight piece of metal. It's actually like a machined texture. It's just nuts how detailed and perfect the machining is on this. So yeah, very, very impressive. Let's compare it to the SM7B. I'll go ahead and turn this off at the preamp. I have actually both already dialed into the headphones here, so I just got to kill the preamp. Check 1, 2, check. Okay, so this is with 52 dB of gain. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, check. Hey. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, check. Check 1, 2, check. Hey. Check 1, 2, check. So, I mean, yeah, you get rid of the pop, right? So this is probably realistic, right? We use the foam. So apples to apples, being a completely fair test, the same piece of foam, the only thing different is the mic. And you can hear the difference. It's, getting ahead of the problem by being a much clearer mic out of the gate, and therefore having plenty of headroom, well, there's headroom in the mic, but plenty of high end to not be an issue when we need to protect the mic. So that's obviously clear. That's great if you're okay having the mic just a little bit further away. This could actually sound great. A little bit more preamp gain. Yeah, wow. So, I mean, if you're okay with having the mic a little bit further away, awesome. Even further away, check 1, 2, hey. Check. Check 1, 2, hey. Check, hey. Check, hey. So you can hear a little bit of the room. Hey. Check, hey. Check 1, 2, hey. But I mean, that's just listen to that. I mean, it just sounds like I'm right. It's like I'm right in your ear. That's pretty nuts. So yeah, it definitely can work as a distanced mic. I mean, this is probably 8 inches is what I would call it. That's probably like 6 inches, 8 inches. So yeah, this can definitely work. It's not too thin, is what I'm saying. It's definitely fuller, but it's not a huge shift like it would be in a dynamic mic, I think. So yeah, this is I think if you're okay with using just a little bit of a distance, this actually is a fantastic choice. If your main thing is podcasting, things like that. I've been amazed, and I actually had to quit a job because they wanted so much destructive editing of the hiss. In my opinion, it just destroyed the sound of the entire podcast. It was so bad. But they hated the hiss they were getting from dynamic mics. And this solves that. You have much lower gain at the preamp, which means less hiss. And in this case, it's 30 dB of less gain between this mic and this mic. What that means is, 30 dB, that's like the difference between a loud motorcycle and the sound of a car. That's huge. And of course we have the high end issue. This has nice, clear high end. That means that we hopefully don't have to use EQ. When we use EQ, we're adding phase shift. Anytime we're messing with sounds, compression, some gating or whatever, it doesn't so much mess with the actual tone, but if you use aggressive EQ, it can add a lot of phase shift, and it may mean that it just doesn't translate to the outside world like you think it would. You're bound for a little bit more surprises when you hear it on different sets of speakers. If you're able to keep the sound raw, then it really has the best chance of sounding exactly like you'd expect it to when you go out to the car, when you hear it on a pair of headphones and stuff. So if you can keep the sound raw, you have the best chance to really make something that sounds absolutely professional. So from here, what I would do is just add a compressor with a fast release time, and probably something like a 8-to-1 or so, with about 5 to 7 dB of gain reduction. So, biggest thing is that fast release, and there you go. I mean, you're going to have kind of a polished sound, no EQ needed with this mic. And as long as you either use it at a slight distance, so you don't breathe into the mic like I do, or do plosives, or you just use a very common pop filter or even just a piece of foam, you're set. Okay? And it allows you, if you're doing a video podcast, to really look into the mic, because you're selling yourself. So it allows you to really be on screen versus being hidden behind the mic. Now, as far as an all-purpose mic, I mean, the classic SM7B can do all sorts of things. You can put it in front of a guitar amp, even a kick drum, all sorts of things. But at the same time, this mic, it's really designed to be at a high-end professional studio where noise issues really aren't a thing. I mean, they have good preamps, and it's really not going to be an issue. But especially with, probably 95% of us are sitting at home, we're recording whatever we want to do and whatever we want to create, and, noise can be an issue. So, this is a commendable and respectable product for sure. I don't say that it completely just does what the SM7B does, but if you are more so doing dialogue or quiet sources, this would be an excellent choice, because we have kind of a dialogue application like we have now, but we also have the small diaphragm that's built into the mic. It's just a kind of a respun version of what Earthworks is famous for, which is just that clarity, very natural, lifelike sound. What you're hearing is what you're going to get, in the mic. So acoustic guitar, vocals, any sort of classical instruments, piano, whatever, I have no doubt that this mic would handle it. But yeah, as far as the actual dialogue mic and the specific spoken word market, I think this is a really, really strong choice. I was reading some reviews earlier, and it seemed like everybody really, really liked it. I mean, they were blown away. Again, just watch your plosives, use some distance, or use a pop filter. Okay, easy solution. Wow. So. Yeah. Oh, and this mount, I mean, this is just, look at this. I can just rotate it. I can go way up. I can go way down. It's just so easy. And it just locks, that's a dream. I wish I would have had this, a long time ago, With this, I have to have a zip tie on it just to keep it from spinning. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this. I know it's a little bit different topic for this channel. I don't use a lot of spoken word type gear, but I think that this is something that we record. Just being a recording studio, we do all sorts of things. Okay, let me know your comments below. Talk to you soon.